Elizabeth Arden Cream.
This one's wife. Bio bore. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. This Friday, if you happen to be in the environs of Austin Convention Centre and Ballroom D, you may just find that your unfortunate lugs are being subjected to a deluge of deluded beige word salad prompted from the flapping mouth of this one's wife. Undoubtedly, it'll be reported on, as I'm pretty certain that there are going to be some paps that are being summoned to ensure that she's snapped arriving and leaving. We won't, of course, be treated to direct footage of what she has to say in the conference. I'm sure that's going to be fairly well policed, but there's bound to be some members of the public or even the odd roving reporter that will furnish us with undoubtedly more fridge magnet platitudes spouted by this one's wife. This one's wife needed to have it made known that she was attending, foreshadowing the event so that she can draw fuel from people's responses. She will also need for there to be coverage thereafter as part of the management of her facade, the assertion of control and the drawing of fuel. She also wants to ensure that the event maximises potential for her. Accordingly, South by Southwest list the keynote session in their schedule on their website. You can get access, apparently, through something called a music badge, a platinum badge, an interactive badge, or a film and TV badge. The website explains to you when it's taking place, where it's taking place, and that it's labelled for women, so men, don't bother turning up. The blurb tells us, women's representation in media and entertainment has come a long way, but there's still much to be done, especially for women of colour, tick, and mothers, tick. Social media's omnipresence has raised the stakes, creating an often dangerous environment which has led to serious mental health issues for teenage girls in particular. On International Women's Day, we'll hear from visionary female leaders at the forefront of news, media, entertainment and philanthropy who are breaking barriers, challenging stereotypes, and working towards a healthier society on and off our screens. This session is presented by the Archwell Foundation and the 19th, the national non-profit newsroom reporting on gender, politics and policy. I've explained in a separate video how this one's wife has to pay to appear. Apparently, the session will also feature Portuguese and Spanish translation audio options. So, if you're Spanish or Portuguese, lucky for you. Now, with this, there are 5 individuals that are appearing, the chair and 4 people on the panel. There's Katie Couric, Erin Haynes, Brooke Shields, this one's wife, and Nancy Wang Yuan. Of those individuals, let's learn a bit more about them. Thus, we can click on the picture of Katie Couric to find out more about who she is. And there's a picture of her, and we can see that she's a journalist, but apparently no bio information is available at this time. Okay, well, maybe she'll add it in the next day or so, after all the events only taking place on Friday. Let's find out more about Erin Hayes then. We'll click on her and learn that she's editor-at-large, the 19th News, so the co-sponsor. Oh, no bio information is available at this time. Well, maybe we all know who Erin Haynes is, so we don't need to ask. Brooke Shields is next. Well, we know who she is. She's an actress. And as I mentioned yesterday, I had a lovely conversation with her in a jeweler's in New York a number of years ago. But what does her bio tell us? It tells us it's Brooke Shields, that she's CEO of Commence. No bio information is available at this time. Okay, so the first 3 people who were involved in this panel, the chair and 2 of its panel members, haven't furnished any bio information at all. Could that be that they are suitably well known already, therefore it's not deemed as necessary? Or can they not be asked because they don't regard it as particularly important? I'll let you make your own mind up about that. Let's see if Nancy Wang Yen bucks the trend. Click on her. She's a sociologist, pop culture expert, and DEI consultant. She's something called Peopleism, whatever that is. And she does have a bio. She tells us she is the author of Real Inequality, spelled REEL. Hollywood Actors and Racism, and numerous policy reports on BIPOC representations in media. She has appeared on PBS, NPR, MSNBC, BBC World, Turner Classic Movies, and Dr. Phil. She has spoken and consulted on diversity issues at Amazon, Disney, DreamWorks, Lionsgate, and Netflix. She's a guest writer at CNN, Elle, LA Times, Newsweek, and Vanity Fair. Nancy is currently writing a memoir about her life through the films and TV shows she grew up watching. Well, she sounds like a real good laugh, and I'm sure to invite her to my next soiree at Tudor Towers. I'll have great fun chewing her up and spitting her out. So, 4 panellists, only one has produced a bio so far. Let's find out about this one's wife. She probably hasn't put a bio in there. After all, we all know who she is. We all know that she is a living saint that strides the earth as a colossus, dispensing compassion and assistance to the downtrodden. We know that she is a talented writer, brilliant content creator, that she is an advocate for women, that she's here to empower women around the globe, that she's to uplift and enhance the female condition. So she doesn't need to tell us anything, does she? We also know that she's invariably rather lazy, so one suspects she hasn't got round to writing a bio. So let's dive in and find out what we have to find out about her. This one's wife, the Duchess of Sussex, is a feminist and champion of human rights and gender equity. Her lifelong advocacy for women and girls remains a constant thread in her humanitarian and business ventures. She has been named one of the most influential women in the world in rankings including Time magazine's most influential people, the Financial Times' 25 most influential people, Variety Power of Women, and British Vogue's Vogue 25, although it didn't appear on the cover. Her advocacy work on resilience, equality and compassion through action has been recognised alongside that of her husband, Prince Harry, with the NAACP President's Award, bought, as well as the Robert F. Kennedy Nipple of Grope Award, bought. Born and raised in Southern California, this one's wife attended Los Angeles-based all-girls Catholic school, Immaculate Heart, which she continues to support as an alumna before moving to Chicago to attend Northwestern University. While there she majored doubly in theatre and international relations and went on to intern at the U.S. Embassy in Buenos Aires, Argentina, as well to study abroad in Madrid, Spain. After graduation, this one's wife turned her focus to the entertainment industry, later securing a lead role on the hit series Suits, which she starred in for 7 series. Between filming, this one's wife travelled to Rwanda, India, and other countries to support humanitarian missions. She served in key roles such as UN's Women's Advocate for Women's Political Participation and Leadership, a World Vision Global Ambassador and a leading counsellor to One Young World. This one's wife also travelled to support the military community on a USO tour, visiting 6 military bases in 7 days, including Bagram, Afghanistan. In 2018, this one's wife married Prince Harry, becoming the Duchess of Sussex. She's written for a number of publications and created the lifestyle website The Tig. The Duchess of Sussex guest edited British Vogue in July 2019, which is the fastest-selling copy in the magazine's history. She and Prince Harry founded the Archwell Foundation in 2020 to support communities in need in both moments of crisis as well for long-term aid. At the Archwell Foundation, they are committed to their mission, show up, do good. They hold the value that charitable work should not simply be a handout, but rather a handheld, a phrase this one's wife first adopted in supporting UK charity SmartWorks, of which she is a patron, that supports women to enter the workforce. This one's wife and her husband also founded and oversee the production company Archwell Productions. In 2022, this one's wife launched Archetypes, a record-breaking podcast exploring the labels that hold women back. Archetypes debuted at number 1 in the US, UK, Australia, Ireland and New Zealand and topped the charts as a number 1 podcast in 47 countries. After its first season, Archetypes was awarded the People's Choice Award in the podcast category as well as the Gracie Award for Best Podcast. She's an NY Times best-selling author, publishing the acclaimed children's book The Bench and Together, Our Community Kitchen, a collaborative publication with the women of the Hub Community Kitchen in the UK who were displaced after the tragic Grenfell fire. The book debuted as number 1 on the UK Sunday Times book list, with proceeds going to the Hub Kitchen. This one's wife is a major advocate of mental health, family care and gender equity. The Duchess hopes to be a cultural catalyst for positive change, reflecting her core belief that representation matters and that communities can be enhanced through learning, healing and inspirational support. This one's wife lives in California with her husband and their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. Now, I sped through that because it's tedious, but nevertheless it was important to read it for you to get the full effect of this bio bore. First of all, this demonstrates her laziness. Hang on, HG, surely not. It's a fulsome bio that she's provided there. Yes, and it's exactly the same as the one that appears at Sussex.com. It's just been copied and pasted. So she hasn't even bothered to think about how might I alter my bio to be more applicable to the event at which I'm appearing. Oh no, just list everything about me to demonstrate how brilliant I am. But all you need to do is copy and paste the existing bio at Sussex.com and paste it in here. Lazy, as I said. Moreover, compare that to the bios of everybody else. 3 panelists don't write anything. 1 is fairly short. Hers goes on paragraph after paragraph after paragraph, demonstrating how she has to try and make herself look ever so special. But it's boring. I haven't picked it apart on this occasion. I have done in the past. But you see here the fact that 3 individuals haven't bothered to put bios in, quite possibly because their names speak for themselves, or they can't be bothered because they're not taking this that seriously. After all, it's a paid-for event by Archwell. But this one's wife has to ensure that she has a fulsome bio, that the world knows about what a bananitarian that she is, what a feminist and champion of human rights and gender equity that she is, and that she's married to Prince Harry, and that she lives in California, and that she's got 2 children. The other lady that has provided her bio, we don't know where she lives. That's very remiss of her, isn't it? We don't know her relationship status or whether she has got children. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, she's clearly letting the side down. But this one's wife once again demonstrates that not only is she boring, but she has to provide this information to make herself look good, all part of the fuel-grasping, facade-managing behaviour of this particular narcissist. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.